You ready?
Yeah.
Oh, we're going.
Yeah, here we go.
Yeah, let's prepare.
Okay.
Let's get ready to jump right
La
off.
la la
If
la.
I jumped off a cliff, would you jump too?
No, absolutely not.
Really?
No.
If I had a parachute and you had one too, would you then jump?
I don't even want to do it with a parachute.
Real. If I went down a slide, would you go down the slide?
I go down a slide. If it
Okay.
had water in it, I wouldn't do it.
Really?
Yeah,
You know, water parks are like the most fun you can have.
that's what y'all say, but for us,
You don't have to know how to swim. You realize that, right?
Mm,
You're like in an inch of water.
you can drown in like 15 inches. So
Yeah,
like,
if you're like drunk or passed out facing downwards.
see, I just
15
say
inches, that's a lot though. I think you could drown in like an inch of water.
that's
really.
if you a baby, and I'm like way past babyhood.
But you're only like 13 months out.
I'm way not a baby.
No, I'm telling you,
anymore.
water parks are the shit.
Yeah,
know,
you're right. I believe you.
I don't like roller coasters.
You
but-
don't.
Man.
Ah, that's so funny. I love seeing you at a theme park. Just like I just gotta sit down. Guys.
I just don't feel.
I don't
well.
get it.
I just don't feel well.
You know what? I was actually thinking of something this week. I don't know if it's too much of your personal information to share. You just like you have a like there's something most people's bodies do and yours don't do it.
Like what?
Sweating.
Oh, I realized though I started sweating. I was thinking
Yeah?
about this yesterday. I only sweat though if I'm like,
Oh, okay.
if I'm out there on the courts
Yeah.
playing basketball, then I'll sweat some.
Interesting. Okay, because I was just thinking like it's like very much need to,
But-
it's like stress relieving.
What I don't do though is, you know how some people just sweat when they're just sitting?
Uh-huh.
They're just sitting there.
Oh
and they're
yeah.
sweating.
It's got to be bad for you.
Yeah, I don't do that.
It's got to be bad for
I don't.
you. Yeah.
And
Dude.
it's not a good thing.
I remember towards my end of being like on SourceFit and people be like, I noticed that every time I went under the lights, I would start sweating. I was like, Jesus Christ.
Like they're hot lights, right?
No, it was this. Well, actually, you know what? Like the one that's booming to the ceiling is like a 4K or whatever.
You've never sounded so official. The one that's booming
To
towards the ceiling is like
right?
a 4K.
Is it even a 4K? What is it?
Is it even booming to the ceiling? Is that how you say it?
I mean, just like
What does that even mean?
I'm just like the one that's going to the ceiling. That one's okay. The one that's okay.
The one that's in the sky.
The one that going upward is.
Those do get hot though. I don't, like honestly another reason why I don't like music videos.
Uh-huh.
I don't know if you recall, but do you remember like when I'm in light, like a certain type of light for too long, I get migraines.
Yeah.
Whenever I'm on like a set,
I wonder why that is.
I
yeah.
get migraines.
Yeah,
If
interesting.
someone out there knows,
Yeah, I remember, but like towards the end, like I think it's because like it became my day job to be under like lights, like that so much, like and read the teleprompter. Like I don't know. I think when you're sweating, your body is doing good. Oh fuck! Oh hose! Oh sorry.
Oh damn, the hose.
Damn,
You gotta
sorry.
put that
I
shit
gotta
on
put it
silent.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, I think it's because
It's
one, you felt the end coming. You were scared.
No, I think it was just like and like I was just in such good practice of it.
Mm-hmm.
It was like a sport to me, and it was like it's so simple what I'm doing, but I was like so used to being in like full like performance that I would start sweating, and I'm like, dude, I know to myself, like
You also wear a lot of layers.
wear a lot of layers. That could be it.
You wear hella layers.
Yeah, I don't know, but I just I think it's just when I'm ready to do something, I will start sweating, and I got
Alright.
it from Steve. Like you see Steve do that shit.
Steve is
too.
out there sweating.
Yeah, because he's a really incredible performer who's really putting his all in it.
I think at one point I saw you were wearing scarves too.
Oh yes, I haven't gone back to the scarf thing in a minute. That was a.
Oh, I guess that's a winter thing.
That
huh?
is. It really is like we're getting close to scarf time, and I see them in the back of my closet. I know
really?
they're coming, but
They
boots
got-
are coming back.
They got dust all over them and shit.
Yeah, they got dust, but that's good.
Here's the thing. It's like, it's what is it? Fall now? Is that how the seasons work?
Yeah, that's
fall.
It's a good one. The
It's
in-between
still hot
ones
as
are
fuck
great.
outside.
Yeah, it's because Los Angeles.
I think it was at 7:00 last night, and it was still hot as
But
fuck.
it gets cold too.
Does it really?
Yeah, I mean, but not really cold. But it's like, oh, it's kind of cold.
Once
like
the
that's
sun's
what LA
gone,
is like.
Once the sun's gone, I don't go outside. I'm like,
You know what? I used to be like that as a kid because of where I lived. And once I think I told you this when we were living at the last place. I was like, I realized that like, I was like, I don't live in the ghetto anymore. I was like, being outside is not dangerous.
Yeah.
Like where I'm from, like you don't go to like to the park. Like if you go to the park at night, you're gonna die.
You're trying to get shot.
You're trying to get shot. Uh-huh. Yeah.
At that point, it's just your fault.
Yeah,
Like,
it's just your fault. You were at the park.
You went. You knew. You saw the
Yeah,
signs.
yeah.
Don't come out at nighttime.
Don't come out at nighttime.
I was walking around. I got donuts last night, so I am a liar. I did go outside at nighttime.
Yeah, because you had to.
You know, a fresh donut when it's warm.
Uh-huh,
You know,
yeah.
there ain't nothing better.
Yeah.
There's this place called Donut Hut or some shit.
Uh-huh.
It's in Burbank.
Yeah.
And I went and walked around the neighborhood to walk my dog.
Yeah.
Nicest neighborhood. It's like suburbs, but it's like real close to all the cool shit. You're at
You said Burbank?
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
You been in by those houses?
No.
It's like NoHo, or Van Nuys or any of these valley places, but like it doesn't look bad. You know how like the neighborhood's like, oh, if these were newer houses, this wouldn't be that bad.
Yeah.
But everything's run down.
Yeah.
But Burbank is different. It's like I'm still close to all the crazy shit like Hollywood or whatever.
Oh yeah, Burbank is the space outside of LA.
Yeah, but there's families here.
There's families.
I would love to live right there. Well,
yeah,
maybe
Burbank is nice. There's rules too.
Then maybe I wouldn't then, because like, what if they're mad about music and shit? Oh, you can't play
I mean,
that.
if you get a space where no one can hear it, you're good.
I know. I feel like in neighborhoods it'll be echoing.
Yeah.
'Cause
Oh,
it's
that's
silent.
true.
It was
You're right.
very quiet.
You're right. I'm in the process of finding my next space. I've been auditioning out a lot of different spaces, and you're right. And all of these things are very important.
You remember the other night we were driving and you were like, "Oh, blah 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 lives right there in that storefront right there."
Yeah.
I was looking at a Instagram story and it showed it. And I would love to live there.
Yeah. But
Holy
okay.
fuck.
Here's the issue with that. I think I was like that too. I was like, man, this storefront type house is dope. But I was like, it also is so fucking empty. Like, it makes you feel like I'm, like, alone. Like, you have to have parties.
Yeah, that's
you
true.
You have to have parties.
It does look... Well, it's like the way that the furniture is, it's like, it's barely... There's like a couch in that corner, and there's like a bed in that corner, and then there's all this empty... Honestly, it's because they're like... Aren't they dancers,
Yeah,
right?
if you were a dancer, you would want that. Yeah,
damn.
that totally makes sense now.
See,
you would want hella inside free space.
And I'm like pretty much a dancer at this point. You know, I'm pretty much a dancer. You didn't have to like spit out all that.
I know.
Well, you don't think I got some moves?
No, I've never seen too many.
You know, well, I mean, it's been a minute since you've been on the floor with me.
True.
I'm out there whipping and hitting them folks. You know who's a fucking great dancer and he doesn't have training? Keith.
Keith?
Have you seen Keith on the dance floor?
Yeah, I've been on the dance floor with him.
I'm like, I always tell him, I'm like, dude, you should be in musicals. You should be on Broadway because he can sing, he can dance.
He can sing.
He's very theatrical. I'm like,
I'd never noticed his extreme. Okay, maybe because whenever he and I were on the dance floor, we were fucking around. We had this bit. I was in my daishiki with the hat, and we had this bit where we were throwing up the hat and then like doing African dances and catching it every single time.
Was
never
he
let
also
it
in one?
Yeah.
No.
No. He wasn't in a daishiki. He was just in his regular.
I can't
Keith
picture
outfit.
him in one of those.
Nah, I don't see. Yeah, for real, I couldn't see him doing that.
He goes
either.
far, but I don't think he won't go that way.
Yeah, I agree. Couldn't see him doing that either.
And I feel like, do a lot of people get mad that you do that? What were you saying? You were wearing that, and you like cut somebody off on the road. And and the white lady was like,
I was driving back from the Bay, and I was like, when I'm wearing a daishiki, I need to be on my best behavior. Because when people who don't know me, they see me, they're just like, that's a real black guy.
Yeah.
So like, I just can't get caught doing black guy stuff while I'm in the daishiki. And I was driving on the freeway and I fucked up. Not gonna lie.
What,
I
you
fucked
cut
up
her
real
off?
bad. No, I was just driving hella slow.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
You do that.
Yeah, I do that sometimes.
Like,
and
we were on the freeway and you were going like 40.
Yeah.
And there wasn't any traffic.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, well, I mean, you were in the slow lane at the very least.
I like kind of go at my own speed. Some people go real fast in cars. I'm like, I like to be safe.
You'll get there when you get there.
But the smart thing that people should know is do not drive slow in the left lane. People get pissed.
Oh, yeah.
I've had to learn that as a
you
slow
also
driver.
could cause like a crazy
huge accident by doing that. Yeah. So
what if you caused a pileup? Do you think that would change you?
I think about this every day, Darren.
Like 20 people got hurt.
Yeah.
2
That's
died.
why I drive slow.
But what if your slow driving caused a pileup? How would it change you as a person?
And I'm not even hurt?
No, you got right off. The pileup happened and you got off on the next exit.
I just exit the freeway then.
Bye.
Sorry. Like, I wonder how often that happens.
I don't know.
I don't know either.
How often? I've never seen a pileup.
I've never seen that either. Only in that movie not Fast and the Furious.
Transformer.
No, Destination, Final Destination.
Oh yeah. Yeah. That's a good ass scene.
Yeah.
That's the one when the fucking log comes down and the water bottles block the brake.
Yeah.
I think about that all the time.
I remember it triggered me as a kid. I was scared of that scene. And I was
really?
Like, yeah, because it effectively convinced me that shit could happen like that.
Really, the only part in that scene that scared me was the water bottle, because I was like, that's the most likely thing to happen. You know how like the kid is playing with the water bottles? He's like drumming on his legs, I believe. And then it like rolls underneath the brake, so the mom or whoever's driving can't hit the brake because the water bottle.
Oh, is that what happened?
That would fucking terrify me. I mean, I feel like you would be strong enough to
break
push,
it.
Yeah, to push past it. It's just a water bottle,
or reach down and move it.
Yeah, but I don't know. That's fucking terrifying. All it takes is one little second.
It really good.
I have so many times where like I'm getting over and I'll put my blinker on. And, you know, you do a quick look, and then when I look back, the people had slammed on their brakes and I almost hit them. I'm not trying to die that way.
Yeah.
I'm not trying to die at all. But if I die that way, I'm gonna be pissed.
I remember actually when I was learning how to drive, my dad,
Fun times.
I didn't look. It really is not
scary times.
Scary
honestly.
times. Yeah, I did not know that you needed to look at your blind spot, and I just I fucked up, and I didn't look at my blind spot, and somebody honked at me because I almost hit them.
Your dad was in the car?
My dad was teaching me, so he gave me a stern talk about always look at your blind spot.
Oh shit.
So now I think about that every single time. So I kind of jump when I look at my blind spot, and specifically we've been mentioning Keith. Keith was like, he always gets freaked out whenever he's in the car next to me because he thinks I'm doing too much.
Because he doesn't drive.
No.
Right.
Yeah. So because it just looks like to him, I'm all of a sudden looking in the back of the car.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I remember he and Trent were laughing about how I do that, but it's because I've been triggered by my father. You got to look at your blind spot.
What is a stern talk from your dad like?
You know what? I don't even remember the words. I really just remember that as I was on the podcast.
What's the tone like, though?
It was just, I
can't even picture your dad being stern.
Oh, no, my dad's hella stern.
But, I mean, he has this demeanor about him, but, actually being upset, I can't picture that.
Yeah. I guess he's not like that with strangers.
Ah.
Yeah. My dad's very fun when you're, a stranger, but he's also fun as a father, too. But, you know how people, with strangers are even better?
Yeah.
But, yeah, my dad is also just as energetically positive and, funny as he could be stern. Yeah.
Oh, really?
And as a teenager, I recall my family being very stern to me, extremely stern to me. But now that I'm coming back, it's not at all. I mean, when I was a young child,
really?
But I ain't even tripping. I know my dad ain't even he's I'm sorry.
I know Joe Budden was talking about. I watched his therapist thing, and he was like, "Yeah, of course I got whipped."
Yeah,
and I was like,
Joe Budden's a different story.
My family didn't whip me. My mom would grab me by the ear though and yank. And I'm like, motherfucker, you know that shit can fall off.
Yeah, I was actually thinking about that on the drive over here. I was thinking about punishment, and I was just thinking about how punishment is for people who have the inability to learn. You get punished at things if you don't know how to learn. And I always felt like whenever I would be punished, I find myself learning is what I do. If someone tells me something and you really convince me, I know. And that's why I don't really believe in punishments. And I remember I just find I think that people who are used to always giving out punishments are not really paying attention to who some learners need a punishment and some learners will just listen to what you have to say.
But you don't believe in punishment?
I mean, if a person doesn't know how to learn, then they need to be punished. But if a person knows how to learn, they don't have to be punished.
So people in jail, you think?
They fucked up. You don't know how to learn. You don't know how to learn.
What if it's an honest mistake?
I think that's up to a judge to decide.
Damn, I think that. Well, I've been watching a lot of shows with trials in it.
Okay,
that's
interesting phase.
I feel like the jury has the most say because the jury is the one that's deciding if they're guilty or not guilty.
It's probably so intricate we have no idea.
Right.
In every case is different in trial and by state and country.
How the fuck did OJ get off? Let's be honest.
Right,
here.
That's what I'm saying.
There was proof.
Right,
there was so much proof. There was blood in his car that proved that he was there. There were so many things that if you just looked at it, you'd be like, oh yeah, he killed both of them for sure.
I only know a little bit of information. I didn't watch the show that everybody watched, but just from what I know, it sounds like he did it. The motives sounded there.
Yeah,
it sounds like most people think he did it.
And the weird thing is now he just got out of jail for a completely different thing.
Mm-hmm.
Do you think he just sits there at night when he can't sleep and he's just like, wow, I really killed both of them, and I just got away with it? Do you think he thinks about things like that, or how do you process
guess so,
that?
But he lost everything.
True.
So, yeah.
I mean, well, actually, he didn't. After that happened, it was America, or a lot of America was on his side, and a lot of people were mad at the people trying to prosecute OJ. I don't know if that's the right term. I'm stupid. But yeah, so he did. There were some white people that didn't like him, but a lot of black people and a lot of minorities were still on OJ's side. So he didn't lose everything. Obviously, he wasn't like The Rock. How The Rock is. He wasn't America's favorite. But I don't think he lost everything until he went to jail
doing the other thing.
When he fucking kidnapped the people. Then it's okay, you're a bad person because there's proof that you kidnapped this person and held a gun to them.
Yeah. I don't know the whole story.
Yeah, it's wild. That's why I'm how the fuck is this man how is he just free?
Yeah.
He's gonna do some shit again.
I really do think so as well. I mean, I don't know if I want to even be talking about this publicly. Like, if he shows up at my door, like, dude, I'm sorry.
You can be like, oh, that wasn't me.
That wasn't me. It was Darren watched the show.
I've honestly, low key, feel like I've seen him on the freeway twice in the past month.
I hope you have.
I don't know if that's just my brain fucking with me.
I don't want to be OJ. Like, I'm sorry, I'm like talking smack about this real living person, but like, I just don't want to. Ooh, that would suck so much.
I would like to try it out for one day. I don't want to be him forever.
No, I'd be afraid that it'd be like one of those Star Trek situations where you get stuck in their body or something. Like, I don't want to.
Oh, yeah.
Like, you thought, like, the genie told you one day, but he says, how much is one day in an eternity's time?
How come every sci-fi movie is like, oh, I built this thing, I'm going to go do that thing. Yep. Oh, wait, now I'm stuck in the thing.
Now I'm stuck in the thing,
And the whole movie's just, how do I get back?
How do I get out of the thing? That's a good plot.
Why can't the movie ever just be, I built this thing, I did this thing, wow.
And then good things
Look
happen.
at how fucking cool this was, and then I have to go back.
Yeah, there are no movies where it's there are no issues.
Yeah, like which I get it. You need some type of problem to keep the story going, but like, can we have a good time sometime?
Yeah,
like,
can we just have an hour and a half of good time?
Yeah,
is that possible?
I rewatched Spider-Man yesterday.
Which one?
The
Homecoming.
Yeah. Honestly, it felt too long this time.
Oh, really?
Yeah, like I was honestly like getting antsy. I've never done this. I had to get up and stand in the back of the theater because like my butt was fucking sore.
Well, you went into a theater?
Yeah. There's a dollar theater.
Oh, really? And movies like that are there.
It was literally $1.50 to get in and watch it.
That's pretty good.
Yeah, Spider-Man, and it just felt too long.
That's actually super interesting.
And I really loved it the first time.
Yeah, you know what I find? I mean, obviously, I really like that movie as a big Spider-Man fan. What I noticed watching it is that the first, like, I don't know, maybe 45 minutes, who knows the actual number, is very jump cutty. It's like, I feel like they shot like 24 hours worth of footage. And
you talking about when he's vlogging or whatever?
Yeah, that whole, like that. It feels like they shot so much footage and then cut it into cut into that. And the first half of the movie is super fast.
It's weird.
Yeah.
I
still like it. Yeah.
I would have thought that the vlog part would have been awful. Normally people, when Hollywood tries to do it, it
does really bad. Yeah.
But that was good.
Yeah, I believed it.
Yeah, I really liked it, and
the energy seemed real. It didn't. Yeah. I mean, obviously they're acting, but it really felt like this is what the video would look like.
Yeah, I've been thinking about. I remember when I was a kid, I really wanted to be an actor. And now as an adult, I'm like, oh, I can't. That's not for me. Like, I can't do that. I feel too uncomfortable, especially like with certain type of acting. But every now and then I'll see something like Spider-Man or like this new show that I'm watching, and I'm like, fuck, that looks so much fun.
Yeah.
But it's because you're looking at a scene.
Yeah. I'm very interested.
As it playing from start to finish. But really, they did that same dialogue fucking how many different times.
So many times,
different angles. Like, it's hard being an actor.
I'm seriously trying my best.
Really?
To be the Black Spider-Man. Like, I really need to play Miles Morales.
Isn't that already casted?
I don't know. If it is, that's too bad. You never know. He could slip up. I'm trying to look as half Puerto Rican as possible.
Is that what he is?
No, but the character is.
No, that's what I mean.
Is he? I don't know. I didn't know that they casted somebody.
No,
I'm still
the
trying.
actual character from the
from the actual comics.
Half Puerto Rican?
So I'm trying to look as half Puerto Rican as possible. Like, I really want to be Gambino's nephew because that's how it is in the movie. Like, oops, sorry. I really want that role. Like, I don't know who I got to go to Disney. Like, I was on Disney XD, and as you can see, the show was absolutely brilliant and breathtaking every episode. Therefore,
I want to watch an episode. Yeah. What if I watched one of your episodes and I like actually took my breath away?
You were like, "Wow, Will, when you went into that It house, like, that was actually one of my favorite episodes." I didn't actually see it. There's an episode where we went to the Pokemon. There's a Pokemon convention in Anaheim, the Pokemon Championships, and I like pretended to be like a drug obsessed like Pokemon fan trying to trade stuff, and I was like,
that's a little much for Disney.
I know, I was like, I'm gonna do this like I'm a gambling addict. I know, because when you're on Disney, you have to do things correctly and right, and still get the comedy across. I'm a big fan of Hella Rules, so yeah, I had fun with that one, and the one where I went to the It House, that one was really fun.
When you went to the It House, what is like the production like? Was it like SourceFed, where it was just like a couple guys and girls and we're running and gunning?
No, they're definitely got more of an idea what they're doing than us. It's like a cameraman, who really has all the equipment he needs, shoulder rig.
He got everything.
Yeah, and there's a dedicated director.
Oh wow.
Yeah, and that was Gabe. And then and then that's it. We might have like a PA if like at the Pokemon we had a couple PAs and whatnot. So like but at that one it was just me, the director, and the cameraman, and I feel like somebody was holding a light. Must have been the director. So yeah, and then we went through the house that they rebuilt from the movie It, and it was really fun. But I had to do it like 3 times. I just tell you the truth.
Oh, really?
Yeah. I was like, I do not want to go back in there. And he's like, one more time.
Because they wanted to have different jumping cut points.
The first time I did it, I'm just absolutely terrified and like, oh, that's real me being scared. And then the second time, I'm like, okay, this would play better if I'm standing in the right spot. And I was like, I really don't want to do this, but like, I have to let myself get scared and shit. So like, well, it was still scary every time.
Yeah,
but,
usually at like Not Scary Farm or Horror Nights,
Yeah.
the monsters stand in different spots. So like even if you walk through it again,
Oh, this one's different. This one is like a show that you go to.
Oh, is it not actual people in there?
There are actual people in there, yeah.
But they're in the same spots.
Yeah, they're in the same spots mostly.
Oh.
Well, actually, maybe they did move around a little bit. No, they're all in the same spots.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah.
It's still fucking
This is a
scary,
spoiler
though.
if you haven't seen this yet, but yeah. And it's probably not even there anymore, but yeah.
Seen
yeah.
what, the episode?
Yeah, the episode or the house if you wanted to go to the haunted house.
Yeah, there's no way that that's a thing anymore.
Yeah,
right?
yeah, it can't be. I like that they built it in the middle of Hollywood. Like, it's right next
really-
to all of that shit.
I really wish I could have saw that. I really fucked up.
Yeah, did you watch the movie, right? And you were, you were like, it was okay.
It was a good movie.
I ain't no way I'm going to see that, sorry.
This is, you should watch it. It's not that scary, actually. This is the She Didn't Text Back podcast.
Oh, yeah.
I'm Darren, and this is Will.
Yes.
And you can follow us on anything at Darren Von Gerdner, at William Haynes, or Mr. William Haynes. I'm going to read a question. Is that okay with you, Will?
Yeah.
This was sent to us through our Gmail at shedidn'ttextback@gmail.com. Are you familiar with that?
Yeah, I'm familiar with that.
This is
email
a nice,
address.
easy question that we can just kind of get into it and
Okay.
see how we feeling.
All right, you did the question selecting this week.
Hold on, I gotta find the.
Is this an Ava shirt or your shirt or a my shirt?
I think that's a my shirt, but it was an H&M shirt, so it's also a your shirt,
Yeah.
as well as everyone else in the world.
Yeah, I tried to wear this on screen on the Comic-Con shoot for
I bet you
IGN
looked
show.
dumb.
Yep.
You
I
probably looked dumb.
Had to take it off because of words.
He's referencing a button-up shirt that has a bunch of lines on it.
Yep.
What's that effect called? Words?
like it's just words. Yeah, this shirt words. Yeah.
Words?
Uh-huh.
How do you spell that?
WHIRS. That's how I spelled it in my head.
Interesting.
Yeah, and I had
they should fix that.
So the producer gave me one of his shirts, and I wore one of his shirts
Oh,
on
really?
TV. Yeah.
Same size or?
It was a medium. I'm a small or medium.
So this is from someone named Christopher.
Yeah, right.
The first paragraph says very nice things about us. Appreciate it. Thank you.
Yeah, right.
Second one. So my question is, between the two of you, who would be on your Mount Rushmore of comedians / rappers? In other words, who are your 4 most prestigious comedians
yes,
and
okay.
4 most influential
right.
rappers that you put in your place?
I'm sorry. We're doing artists in general. I'm giving the George Washington spot to Hayao Miyazaki.
Oh wow. Okay.
Yeah, so he's got it's definitely him. It's the mustache, it's the hair, it's the glasses, and he smiles even though he wouldn't be smiling in real life. This one is gonna have him.
Does he not smile in real life?
Nah, he's really disturbed as a human.
Really?
Yeah, he's in a bad mood all the time.
Really?
Yeah, yeah.
Interesting. Is he old?
He's very old. Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Well, and his characteristics. If you watch the documentaries of him, it's like, man, you're not in a good mood ever.
Wow.
But I love people
You
like
think he's
that.
depressed?
I don't know if depressed is the word, but when you're old and I don't know if I talked to you about it, but during the movie, several of his friends are dying. He's like, oh, my colorist for the film died because she's old as well.
Oh wow. Oh, because this team is probably the same people for the past 50 years.
Yeah. So when you're like that and you were like, all right, let's make a movie, and Sophia's dead, you'd be like, oh shit.
Oh, yeah.
I feel like you wouldn't be in a good mood either.
Yeah,
But
that's
you'd
true.
still make the movie.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah. But he gets the top spot. Then Dalai Lama right next to him, and then. I'm going to have to give it to Kanye. Yeah. And then finally, one more spot is going to go to... I really don't know. Hold me on that one.
So your top ones were, how do you say his name?
Hayao Miyazaki.
Hayao
Miyazaki. Miyazaki, yeah.
Okay, and then it was Dalai Lama.
Dalai Lama, uh-huh.
Kanye, and then you're trying to figure out the
Yeah.
last one.
I have to put a woman up there of some sort.
Mine would be, damn, I've never thought about that. This hard. My number 1 would have to be, I don't know, who I really, who's the one for me, you know?
Yeah.
Who's the person that I look at, I'm like, goddamn, you really out there doing it.
I put Kanye because I feel like in 50 years when he's dead or whatever,
Mm-hmm.
people will be like, oh, yeah.
Honestly, I would probably put Kanye as 1 for me.
Okay.
And then after that, I would probably put Tom DeLonge.
Tom DeLonge, yeah.
Which, again, the guitars from Blink-182, or in the original guitars. That's just because, he really, really got me into music. And then Kanye kind of helped me mold into the music that I like to this day. So, yeah, them two. It would go Kanye first, then Tom DeLonge. And then, honestly, after that, probably Dave Chappelle.
Dave Chappelle.
Yeah, it would be a close between Dave Chappelle and Chris Rock because, like we both said in the past, like I watched Chris Rock every night for like multiple months.
Yeah.
But Dave Chappelle, like the Dave Chappelle show, that fucking resonated with me a lot.
Wow. I just realized that I can't put any of the comedians up there.
Really?
Yeah, at this point in my life.
Interesting. And then the fourth spot would be
I realize mine is Malala Yousafzai.
Who the fuck is that?
She's a girl. She's an activist.
Oh, really?
Uh-huh. Yeah,
cool.
she got shot by the Taliban for trying to learn and read. Yep, and she's lived her life ever since and inspired a lot of people.
Is that the journalist Will in there?
Yeah. She really inspired me as a younger person, yeah.
Wow. Uh-huh. You said she got shot and killed?
No, she lived.
Oh, she lived.
They shot her and she lived and still
holy shit.
It like supports and they want her dead, but she's still doing it, yeah.
Wow, that's amazing. My fourth spot would probably be Woody.
Woody!
From Toy Story.
Okay, I'm down for Woody.
I'm sorry that it's all men. I'm sorry.
We gotta put a fictitious one up there. Oh man. Oh, Luffy from One Piece.
Luffy?
Yeah, Luffy for sure. Yeah.
What's that character look like? Is that the one with that little stuffed animal you had?
No, Luffy is the straw hat, a red vest character.
Oh, that's the one you cosplayed as.
Oh,
wow. Interesting. So who your top again?
Hayao Miyazaki, Dalai Lama, Kanye, Malala Yousafzai, and Luffy.
You carved an extra spot. Do you think they'll ever make like a new mountain with like some new faces?
Nah, that's so old. Like making monuments and shit. Just like God,
I
no.
mean, they still do like statues and things.
Nah. I mean, and they're small. Like, nah, we just don't need that.
Yeah. I don't know.
Like we're running out of Earth. Like we're gonna have to move there eventually.
But really, like we are running out of Earth. But have you been to the middle of America? You know how much space there is?
That's true.
There's so much. When I went on tour, everything besides like California and like Portland and all the states that are like fucking near the coast.
Yeah.
Everything in the middle, there's so much space.
Yeah.
There is so much fucking land that is not used. And then there's like Portland, for instance. When you drive to Portland, there's so much like fucking forest in Oregon.
Yeah.
And then when you actually get to the city, it's like, oh, here's a city. And then you drive, 10 miles out and then it's forest again. Like there's a lot of space.
I think this is like, honestly, this is as much as we can do to still be comfortable. Because like, imagine the amount of pollution if there were cities, like more and more cities.
If there was LAs everywhere.
Yeah, if there were LAs everywhere,
the world would be done.
Yeah, and that's what will happen as we get more people in the world. So yeah, we really need to figure out something about people being born because luckily, like in the past, people were dying because people didn't know how to take care of babies when they were born, and babies would die.
That's
true.
Let's do another. I don't want to get that
sad. There's a lot
sad.
of harsh reality.
It's really what is it? 9 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah, and I have a lot of stuff I need to do today.
All right, let's read another email. This one's from Andrew. He said a lot of nice things in the beginning of the paragraph. Thank you.
I appreciate it.
His question.
Do you mean it though?
Who knows, really? He just might want to get his question answered. I'm in a transitional period in my life right now on many different levels.
That's so good to hear.
It's difficult to navigate through, and I'm learning more and more every day that life is very complicated. Despite that, all the possibilities of the future are exciting.
Yeah.
Could you two talk about how you've moved through and grown from transitional period and the difficulty/excitement that comes from them? Thanks, guys.
I'd say life is hopefully always a transitional period.
Every day.
Yeah, if you really like, I think life is good if you're always going through change. I mean, and you get to a point where you find the person you want to be, and then you evolve on a smaller level. But yeah, like you kind of always want to be going through change. And like I feel like I've been looking at myself lately. I've been looking in the mirror, and like if I look at a photo of myself from a year ago, it's like different. Like I was like I looked and felt so differently about myself. And I just really feel like an adult now too. So I'd say it's good to always be in a transitional.
I always wonder,
period.
like, because how old are you again? 24?
I just turned 24 weeks ago.
Yeah, that's right. It's October.
Yeah.
Damn, I'm about to be 27.
Yeah.
On Friday. I don't want that to happen.
Congratulations.
What was I going to say? Oh, yeah. I was wondering, because like you say, like you look at a picture of you from a year ago, and you're like, oh, that felt like such a different person.
Yeah.
Do you think that when you're 35 and you're looking at a picture of you 34, you're still going to feel that same way?
34? No, I think it gets smaller and smaller. Like we were just talking about this. Like like 18 and 22 are a big difference.
Way big.
But 22 and 25 isn't as big of a difference. Still a big difference.
Right.
But like, yeah, as you get older, it becomes less. Like 43 and 47,
you're doing the same shit.
Yeah.
Damn.
Hopefully.
See, I don't want to get to a point, and I'm sure everyone feels this way, but I don't want to get to a point where it's like 44 and 47 were literally the same.
Yeah.
Like, I want to do some different shit.
Yeah. And you really can do that. Like, you know, people say this all the time, but I absolutely mean it. Like, you can carve out whatever life you want. We're lucky enough to have the privilege of being born in America, in California, where it's just like, you know, you look out the window and it's beautiful. And so we really do feel like we have the ability to achieve anything. And so that we have that privilege, and millions of people like us do. I just think it's true that, like, you know, we really can do anything. Like, you can carve out the type of life for you as you want. Because as life is getting crazier and crazier every day, it's becoming more and more anime because people who realized that they could do anything they wanted, did it. And these are the reverse effects. So, like, we too can shape the future in the way that we want it to be.
What did you say about the California weather, and it's always looking the same?
It's, I mean, it's like, it's beautiful outside the window. Like, you know, it's hot, but, like, you know, like, compared to wherever the fuck.
Right. I've also heard a different perspective from people who aren't from California. Like, maybe they're from the East Coast and they moved to California.
Yeah.
They say that the weather always being the same, that there's not seasons. It kind of puts them in a slump, and it makes them not motivated because every day kind of feels the same.
Yeah.
And they kind of get stuck in a routine. Honestly, with that, like, I feel like that's all. This might sound harsh. I think that's an excuse, and I don't know how to, like. I only know how my body works and how my mind works. Like, use that sadness or use that whatever the fuck as motivation to, like, just start the work. Anytime I felt like, damn, I don't want to make music right now. Damn, I don't want to do this right now. I realize I just sometimes have to force myself. And the second I get started, I'm like, oh, yeah, this is fun.
Dude, you know, I saw this video. It was super interesting recently. I don't know what the quote was, but I think somebody else put it on the house. And this guy says, he's like, if the idea doesn't flow out of you immediately, don't write. He said, if it doesn't come into you, hit it like a ton of bricks, don't write. He listed off a bunch of reasons. And he's like, unless this moment is perfect, don't write. And I was like, that's the most bullshit I've ever heard in my entire life.
Okay, I thought you were going to agree with that.
No!
When is a moment perfect?
Yeah, exactly.
That's fucking so dumb. Yeah, like, so many times this small little closet I have right here, I realize this is my new safe haven. I go in there and I write.
Oh, that's actually interesting. Okay,
and, I'll let you experience it one day. I go in there and I write. I sit on the floor and I write, and I'll write like a bar, and then I'll record that bar, stand up, record
that's
it,
a good way.
and then sit down, listen to it, and be like, okay, now I can move on to the next line. I literally recorded a song in like 15 minutes the other day doing that, and it's like one of my favorite verses.
That's interesting. That's an interesting thing.
Find you a place that inspires you. Whether, like, this is literally a small walk-in closet that I have.
Yeah,
and nothing special about it.
It's kind of, I have a lot of. I don't have one in my house, which bothers me. But like, I have a few creative spaces outside that really inspire me, and I'm very thankful. Like, I really like it when my car is tipped in such a position that I feel like kind of weightless, like on a hill, and then the car is tilted down. When I write like that, it helps me feel like, I don't know, my body feels juicy, like I can move in any direction. Yeah.
I had an idea when I was coming upstairs, when I got this mixer for my car. What if we started recording the pod? Hear me out.
Okay. I see this mixer over here.
Some of our greatest times,
I've never seen this. Yeah.
From my perspective, are in a car,
True.
in a garage or something,
Sure.
listening to music. What if we started recording the podcast in a car? Like, try one episode, not driving, just parked in a garage or some shit.
I'm down.
I feel like it would be nice.
I'm down.
There's something about it that creates such a great vibe. I've also decided
it feels private.
Yeah, I've also decided that I'm gonna figure out a rig, because I normally make my music right here at my desk in my bedroom. But since I've moved everything to a laptop, I'm going to get some type of stand that I can put my laptop in the center console of my car and get a small MIDI keyboard, and I'm going to produce my music in my car.
That's really good. That's a great idea.
Because, we have fucking...
You can take it anywhere.
Ooh, there's such a good time.
That's a great idea.
I want to park on a hill in LA and just look at the view at nighttime and the stars. Well,
dude, that's what I try to do.
Not a lot of stars.
I have a spot that I like because I could see everything. I could see my house. I could see where we used to work. I have a spot that I love to go right, but they close it down at when the sun goes down.
Oh yeah.
And I pushed it many times. I've been there past the sun gone down many times, but now they started to have a guy with a horn that says the park is closed.
Oh really?
Not a horn, but like out of a speaker. Yeah.
Oh,
and I was like,
wow.
damn. And like, you know, during the summer, that doesn't happen until 8:30, 9, and the guy might not come till like 9:30. But now it's like 6:30, and I'm like, damn.
I wonder. Oh, it's because they're scared. They want to protect the neighborhood.
Yeah. You don't want people to be like lost in the forest, so.
Or just people living up there.
Yeah,
Sleeping up
you
there.
really could easily park your car there and.
But
do
if you were
debauchery.
homeless, you could just go up there and sleep, right?
Yeah. I mean, I guess they wouldn't catch you.
Like how are they gonna find you?
But it's like such a far walk, and it's so dark. I don't think you would do it.
But like, what if you created like a cave? Like you had
during the day, you figured that out, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, maybe. I don't know. You know, I feel like they'd be onto it though. If you were seen there during the day, the ranger would like.
Or if they saw you multiple times.
Yeah.
Damn, can you just let a man live?
It's hard. Well, actually, I went into like Balboa Park. Like I went to an area that I was just like my friends were like, let's get Panda Express, and I was like, if we're gonna eat Panda Express, we might as well eat this in a park because this is like so unhealthy. I didn't even eat Panda Express, but yeah, I found we ate Panda Express in the park, and I was like, you know what? Let's just walk down this trail, and I found like a hobo fuck spot.
Whoa.
You know, like when it's just like some blankets and a pillow, and I'm like, there's definitely a hobo fuck spot.
How is there not more? Maybe this is too weird to talk about. How is there not more homeless people who are pregnant? They ain't wearing condoms.
No. There totally is a whole answer. There's a whole culture to vagrant life. Like there's videos about it on. Yeah. Like I remember I watched one recently about what do women do when they have like menstrual cycles and stuff, and they find out a way.
What is it, Vice?
I forget it. It had to be like a Vice or something like
Vice.
that.
There's a Vice documentary where there's people living underneath or in the subway tracks in New York.
No way.
But like the abandoned ones, and there's like a whole neighborhood of people, like homeless people living in there.
Oh my goodness!
And they go down there for the documentary. I was like, wow, that's crazy. It's like a whole different world.
New York is absolutely crazy. I need to move there. My goal was to be there by New Year's Day 2020, but I don't know if that'll happen.
2020.
Yeah, like I started to feel that way once I realized, like once I started living the life I'm living these days, where I'm like, I go to auditions, I'm developing concepts, like I feel so LA. I was like, I need to get out of here. Like I'm finally living the LA life. Mm-hmm. People are like, where's your script? Like where's your pitch? I'm like, it's making me really want to escape LA because now I feel like I'm actually in the goings of it, and I want to learn what it's like to live in New York and to do that kind of life. It's so much more artistic.
Why do you now have hesitant that you can't make it by 2020?
Because I'm enjoying it. Like I like living the LA life. I just feel like I'm gonna get into the monotony of it. It's just like it's so close. It really just takes me actually doing it and having a good idea. I don't know. I feel like I'm getting a little like coy.
You know what? My this dude that I listen to, Gary Vaynerchuk. You heard of him? You have heard of him?
Wait, no.
No. Okay, so he's just like a CEO, rich dude, very inspiring. Blah blah blah. But he loves hip hop music, and he loves bringing in like the newest hip hop people who are like either about to blow up or they have blown up. Like he talked to Kyle, he talked to a lot of people like that. Like let's say you just had a platinum song or some shit,
which would be great.
He brings you in and he talks to you, and he was doing a Hot Wings episode, and he was saying he got asked why he likes the hip hop culture and like why, because he's an entrepreneur. All he does is talk about business. And he said the reason he likes hip hop specifically, besides like the fact that he enjoys the music, is that every hip hop artist is one song away.
Yeah.
I was like, oh shit, that's so true.
Yeah.
He's
it
like,
really
it takes one song.
Yeah.
You get one. He's like, you get one song and it pops off. You have to like figure out how to like keep that
maneuver it.
Yeah, and keep
it's
it going.
very much in good management
but
too.
With hip hop, you're one song away, and I was like, oh shit, that's so true.
Yeah, and what it really is though, I think about this all the time. You really are one song away from being into a lot of people's attention, and what really helps is if they have a whole log of stuff to go back to and listen to of quality, because you're just waiting. Once you are your voice is on the radio multiple times, people know what you sound like and they know who you are, and then once they listen to the older things they have, it gives it context.
Yeah,
and that's just like, and if they have a whole log of also quality stuff to look back onto, yeah, once you get one, you can gain so much more.
Have you listened to Cardi B's old stuff?
Oh yeah, remember I was always telling people I knew who Cardi B was a long time ago. I was laughing at her Instagram videos because they were fucking hilarious, and I was just always like laughing. I was like, you know what? She did like a Drake cover, and I was like, she actually has bars. I'm so happy that her song is huge.
Yeah,
I used to just laugh at her videos. I showed John. I was like, there was one she was like, man, why girls sucking dick like? And I was like dying. She's so fucking.
Was
funny.
she a stripper then, or did she already?
No, she was. This is after she was on Love and Hip Hop, the reality show.
Okay, so Sophia was telling me about that. I don't really understand what that show is.
I
need to
know
check
ratchet
it out.
Culture, like I know politics and ratchet culture. It helps.
Check out my website.
my website, politics and ratchet culture.
That would be a good website. You should buy that.
Right.
What was the question though? I forgot. A transitional period. Oh, yeah. Really quick, I want to talk. We've been doing this 38 minutes. All right, we got some time. Transitional periods are difficult. I understand. Sometimes, like one time I got fired and I've spoke about it. And at first I was like, oh, this is cool. It's very different. I don't have to wake up and go to a job now. And I'm talking back in 2013 when I first got fired. Mm-hmm. I was like, oh shit, like this is kind of difficult, but it's freeing, so I like it. I have money saved up. I got like 3 months. I can go find a job, but I'm gonna chill first. I'm gonna make an EP. I'm gonna work on that. Yeah. So then I made an EP, which is like I'm glad.
Wait,
I
which
did.
one was this?
2013. 2012.
The 2012, yeah.
Gas Station Beanies. So that's when I made Gas Station Beanies. I didn't have a job, and then that took like a month to make. And then after that, I was like, all right, so like I've still got some money saved. I think I'm okay. And then I ate out every day with Will and Cameron.
I remember, we had a good time.
And then having a lot of fun. Will would just come over, and we're just hanging out. And then the money started getting a little lower and lower. And then I was like, fuck, man, it's been 3 months. I don't have a job. And I've been applying. At that point, I'd been applying to so many jobs every day.
Yeah, I remember. And, I think you even applied to BuzzFeed too.
I did,
and that was like when after I worked at.
I had an interview with Zay Frank.
Yeah,
did you? Yeah, Zay Frank and some other motherfucker, and they were like, "You are not qualified." And I was like, "Yep, I am not." That was back in the day. Though. I didn't know shit.
I was just an intern. Yeah.
The BuzzFeed, man, it's incredible because BuzzFeed. You remember it was the same office you went to. It was like the size of my apartment.
Oh, that's the one you interviewed at?
Yeah.
Oh yeah. That's where I worked at. Me, Zay Frank, and 2 other people.
Yeah, it was tiny.
Yeah. Yeah, it was very tiny. Because it was his company, Zay Frank Games, that got bought by. That's who I interned for. Then it got bought by BuzzFeed, and then we started making their internet videos.
And this is like when BuzzFeed was like very new. Like the website has always been there, and like I remember Phil used to use BuzzFeed as a source. But BuzzFeed Video, like what everybody knows BuzzFeed to be now,
was not it. Yeah,
that was not there.
Yeah, we were literally in a room. He would just make up stuff.
It was fucking impressed. Like I remember he walked out of his set. And his set was just like what was it, like a bookshelf or some shit with a bunch of books.
Books.
Those
squares. Like the ducks on it,
and it was very like reminiscent of like what SourceFed and Phil used to be, like very this small low key production. And look at it now, man.
Yeah, dude. Like, okay, so I went back. I'm not gonna lie, like low key, like I'm not gonna say I stole Jessica, but like I wanted Jessica to be on my team, and I went to BuzzFeed and I met with Zay Frank, and I remember I walked in and like he showed me around the building, and it's like a huge studio, like they have several buildings, and I was like KO. I was like you said, it was an apartment. And I was thinking about that. I think Drake told this story about Lil Wayne. I forget where I read it, but he said that one time he went to Lil Wayne's house and they were like, oh, Lil Wayne, they were telling him like, you can't build a skate park on the roof. You can't do it. And he said
his home or what?
Of his house. And then he said the next time that I went back to Wayne's house, he was skateboarding on the roof.
That's amazing.
Yeah. And
Who was saying that you can't build one?
Somebody was saying that to Lil Wayne. And Drake was there. And the Zay Frank thing reminds me, like, we were in an apartment, and now it's, like, several buildings worth of, like, millions of dollars. And, like, it means a lot to me to have been there in the literally the very beginning, because, like, I want to be able to do that someday, too.
Yeah.
I want you to come back 3 years later and be like, oh, it's incredibly better.
It's really... Is Zay Frank still involved?
I guess so. Actually, I haven't tuned in a minute.
It's really incredible to see what they've done in such a short amount of time. They really changed the internet.
Yeah, and I think they want to make movies too, but who don't?
What I find interesting though is, SourceFed, we tried to keep the address very low key.
Yeah,
BuzzFeed straight puts up the name,
and they have a bunch of buildings. Yeah, and they have security though. You can't just walk in.
That's true. They probably it's probably actually hard to get in there, but still, you would think like you wouldn't want people to know where you are. Because they get hella views.
Yeah, they do.
Billions of views, probably every fucking week?
Yeah, that's incredible.
Every month?
And it came from, remember those videos that, like, and I can't click on these articles anymore, but like 2012, this was really popular. Those like 15 reasons why this, and this.
Yeah, the
like,
listicles.
Listicles. I can't do listicles anymore. Darren, I know we've been going on this podcast, but I think I actually have to go.
Really?
Yeah, I have an appointment, but I'm so thankful to everyone who listens to this.
Oh, yeah, I appreciate you too. Oh, you said you had to leave by 9:50.
Yeah, so
my bad.
I have to go.
Okay, all right, see you later.
Are we really doing this like this?
Yeah, you can go. I'll do the outro. You can leave.
Okay.
Thank you for listening to Sheet and Text Back. I'm sorry it's so abrupt. Will's living a life that, he can't keep up with. He scheduled it weird. He went to the gym earlier. Is this my backpack? No, that's my backpack. This is Sheet and Text Back. I'm sorry it's so abrupt. Follow us on Instagram and Twitter at Darren Von Gerdner, at Mr. William Haynes or William Haynes. He has 2 different things. It's weird. And I have a song coming out in a week. Don't know what it's called yet, honestly, but it is done. I'm sending out the stems today. Very excited. Thank you for the support on my last record, Bad Week. Have a good life, and that's just be yourself.